What's up, everybody? It's Black Couch Booking, and I'm here with another video. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Please tune in. Please tap in. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free. Please like the video. Let's get some motion going. We are grinding, and we will be consistent. Anyway, though, let's get right into the video. Today's video is about what AEW does better for their women's division than WWE. So this one's hard for me, and it's going to be short because I don't give AEW a lot of credit for a lot of things. I think Tony Khan is not a good booker if he's the guy who has the last say-so in all the booking, which, that of course he is. He needs more people around him to help him with creative ideas and stop letting the inmates run the asylum, because a lot of superstars have creative control. You can tell by the things that they do. It's very silly. But this is to give them credit for the good things. I think AEW treats their women's division better than WWE. Now, their women's division isn't as popular, of course. WWE is a bigger company, a bigger juggernaut, and they have women who are more famous and more popular because they have more viewers. But listen to what I said. I said AEW treats their women's division better. In my opinion, AEW gives the women's division better stories. Now, when I mean stories, I mean screen time, give them chances to do promo, give them matches that actually make sense and they're trying to build upon something. It might not always work, but they're not just throwing together women's feuds and women's matches for the sake of throwing it together to have on a premium live event and build up. The last couple of build-ups for a couple of marquee or even just basic women's matches in WWE have been dumb. For example, Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley, the only reason why it worked because that match was amazing, and we know about the history of Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. But the build-up wasn't that great. The build-up with Asuka and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania was absolutely terrible because it's so random and it's literally for no reason. Why would she challenge Asuka? What's the point of her challenging Asuka? What's the point of Asuka going against Bianca Belair? Where was the feud coming from? They were just teaming up together with Alexa Bliss to go against Damage Control, I think, right? Damage Control? Probably. AEW, you know, the things that Dr. Britt Baker was doing, you know. I like what Toni Storm was doing. They made Toni Storm look like a star. I wish she still had the belt, but that's neither here nor there. You can hate Jade Cargill all you want. Look at the presentation. Look how they respect her. 50, whatever, and she can lose and that'll be perfectly fine. She's not going to be put to the back burner. If Jade Cargill loses right now, she's going to challenge for the AEW Women's Championship and just drop the TBS title, which is fine. WWE does not respect their women's division. If they did, instead of having the tag team championships, they would just have a mid-card title. Why do they need a mid-card title? Because there is no women's tag team division. The women's tag team division is a joke. It does not exist. They throw together random teams. The best women's tag team division is in NXT. Those teams are legit. They have time to build things. They have actual storylines going on. Even if they throw together random people, those people train together, know each other, actually be around each other all the time rather than just working with one another. On WWE's main roster, the Women's Tag Team Championships, pick it out of a hat. Liv and Rhea. Like, what? Are you serious? Like, they just throw together random teams, and then they let the random teams win. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax was a good one-on-one feud. They should not have been tag team champions. And then they lose on some BS. You got to understand, the only legit tag team that won those women's championships were the Iconics, and then you can say Sasha Banks and Bayley because they were actually cool and friends. And you can say Sasha Banks and Naomi, they had good chemistry, but they didn't do anything. Look at the two main titles. The next couple of matches that are booked are going to have zero to no story at all. Rhea Ripley versus Zelina Vega, only because it's in Puerto Rico. That could be a good story. Zelina Vega can... Y'all hear that? That's the cops coming to get y'all. Zelina Vega and Rhea Ripley can actually be a good build-up, could be a good story. They can have more than one match. But obviously, this is going to be a one-off because Zelina Vega is of Puerto Rican descent, I believe, and she's going to get that match, which I'm not mad. I love Zelina Vega. However, that's the issue. Superstars like Zelina Vega, Shotzi, the Taminas, the Dana Brooks, the Lacey Evans. Where's Lacey Evans? The problem is there are only but so little championships to go around and so little spots to go around, and the women's division will always get the bottom of the barrel. There was a time where the women main events at WrestleMania, triple threat match, amazing. Another issue. Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, I'm sorry, I have to say this, they should have been the main event of night one. What is the point of winning the Royal Rumble if you're not going to be the main event? The point of winning the Royal Rumble is you're going to be the main event and you get a championship match. What's the point? Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair had the best match of WrestleMania weekend because the Roman versus Cody match ended bad. And then Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens was the second best. So, even if Sami and Kevin would have went before Rhea and Charlotte, it still would have worked out. Obviously, WWE cannot predict that, but that's not fair. Listen, I'm not a simple guy. I'm not a simpleton. All right? I'm not saying, well, it's there because they're women. But after a while, even you as a man have to look at it and be like, man, I think they kind of did do this because they're women. Because let's say there were two men's Royal Rumble matches, that wouldn't have happened. If the men's match would have had to go on night one with Sami and Kevin Owens, I promise you, the men's match would have been the main event, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn with the Usos would have went before them. WWE does not respect their women's division, and their women's division is more popular than the men's division. Think about it. I'm talking about social media, merchandise, just overall recognition. The women, even the lesser known women, are more recognized than the men. That could be because of their bodies, because of how they look, all that stuff, whatever. Vince McMahon thinks business first. If you want to do what's good for business, get rid of those women's tag team championships and just have a mid-card title. You don't need two mid-card titles. That's overkill. I understand. Or you can do women's tag team championships only for SmackDown, Raw, Women's United States Championship, or like I did for my WWE Universe, have the UK Championship from NXT just become the UK Championship, which is the equivalent to the European title or, television title, and put that on Raw, and you can have a mid-card division for the likes of people like Liv Morgan, Zelina Vega, Shotzi, Tamina, Dana Brooke, Sonya Deville, Chelsea Green. When are any of them going to get another shot? Nowhere in the future. Zelina Vega's not going to get a shot after this. I don't think she's going to win. If she wins, that will be the biggest surprise of my life since being alive, dog. If Zelina Vega wins that match, which I don't think they're going to bear. And if they do, they're burying Rhea Ripley. And I don't talk in absolutes or extremities, but that will be the burial of Rhea Ripley. And then that will even further prove my point. Another point. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. Finally, a legit team. I don't care if they're hurt or not. You could have been put the tag team belt on them. That's common sense. You want to make the tag team championships legit? Do that. Look at AEW. Look what they're doing. They always say AEW has too many belts. Dog, if you have a roster of 300 people and you only have 6 belts, when is anybody ever going to get an opportunity? You can at least, you have 2 main brands, Raw and SmackDown. You have WWE Championship, Tag Team Belt, Mid-Card Belt, Women's Belt. That's only 5 championships. I didn't count the Tag Team Championship for the women yet because that don't really count. You can have it on either brand. So, okay, let's say you want to do that. All right, you got, 4 to 5 or 6 championships. That's not enough. There are too many people on that roster that have BS matches that amount to nothing. Give them something to do. They're not doing anything. Listen, it's their money, it's the company money, but I'm not paying somebody to sit back and catering and do nothing. If that's the case, do my other suggestion, which is to cut the roster down. So then, if you want to really focus on women, we can have a rotation, bro. Stop giving them these long title reigns. Fans want to see new things. These fans are fickle and their attention span is short. You have to keep rotating that. Not so often to the point where the titles don't mean anything, but it's like, dog, how long do we have to watch somebody be a champion? I don't want to watch somebody be a champion for 1,000 days. Now look what you had to do with the men. You had to make another title. Doesn't make any sense. What is the solution? Better creative writing for the women. They need legitimate feuds. You need a mid-card title. Get rid of the tag team championship. The only legit tag team division for the women is in NXT. Way better than the women's tag team champions on the main roster because you don't have teams. This is a dog-eat-dog division. Every woman is fighting for their spot. You giving away those tag team belts is just like, here you go. Because look at this. Let's count how many times the women's tag team championships will be defended on premium live events. I promise you, throughout the rest of this year, it'll be less than the number of fingers that I have. The women deserve better. AEW does a better job. Now, I don't think they have a women's tag team division. Good. Because they know none of them will really team together. They have factions, but that's just so you know. Hey, they have the same problem. It's so many people, we gotta do something. That's why AEW has so many factions. So at least these people are getting TV time at minimum. That's why you should have kept the Hurt Business. Where's Cedric Alexander, Shelton Benjamin? Barely get TV time. You should have kept them with MVP and Bobby Lashley and kept them with Omos. I might be going off on the tangent a little bit, but think about that. The women now, you're going to break up Damage Control for no reason. I already see it about to happen. If Io Sky wins, Damage Control is going to break up from the inside, which I don't think she's going to win, but you never know.